Have you ever been perplexed by the diverse opinions and feedback that you receive? So let's unravel that, the complexity of valuing judgment in today's episode of Multifamily Collective. We're trying this new opening for 2024. It hasn't quite started to flow yet, so forgive me for that. I came across this topic, I believe, in a book. I won't be able to cite the source, but I did jot down a few notes. I think that understanding how to value judgment or opinions or critiques in your journey of leadership is very, very important, because there is a lot of noise in the world, even when it is in the context of receiving feedback from somebody. Lots of noise. There are some nuggets in there that might be valuable to you, and understanding how to sift out the good stuff from the bad stuff, or see the signal in the noise, I think is another way to put it, is really crucial in your leadership journey. So 3 things. I want you to understand that there is power in diverse opinion. Getting feedback from lots of different people and sort of triangulating that feedback is really important. So an action item here is, if somebody gives you a piece of feedback, it's okay for you to go to another person and say, hey, I just heard this about myself. Do you experience that when you interact with me? Is that something that you would say is true of me, or might be false? Or is there a little bit of a spin that you would put on that particular feedback? So go get diverse opinions when you receive feedback, whether it's good or bad. Go get another set of opinions as it relates to that point that somebody might have given you. The other thing is that feedback really is an opportunity for you to grow. If you're not stretching, if you're not running up against the edge of your knowledge base or the edge of your skill set, you are not growing, and you will not grow. And at some point, you get an old baking term, you get cooked in the squat, meaning that you're not going to rise to the occasion, and you're not going to advance in your role and your responsibility if you're not out there growing. So take that feedback and that judgment and those critiques, and take the stuff that is useful, do away with the rest, but put it to work for yourself in terms of growth. The last thing I would say to you is, there are some pitfalls in misjudging comments. And this goes back to the first point. It's important sometimes to go out and get a second opinion. You know, if you have something, an ailment that you go to the doctor for, and it's a serious ailment, you might want to go to another doctor to get a second opinion or a third opinion. It's the same with feedback. Sometimes you take feedback and you get emotionally loaded as it relates to the feedback, and then the feedback becomes not valuable because you can't hear anything that somebody is saying to you. You can't decipher the nuggets that are useful to you versus the things that are not useful to you, because your mind is just, it's running 1,000 miles an hour as it relates to how wrong this person is. So it's important not to misjudge feedback. It's important to understand context. It's important to not be emotionally loaded. And sometimes you have to go to a third party to help yourself get settled so that you can hear the feedback. So my encouragement to you today is, make sure that you understand how to take feedback, separate the noise, bring in the things that are useful, do away with the things that are not, and get a second opinion or a third opinion or a fourth opinion to make sure that that feedback that you are taking is valuable to you. Take care. We'll talk to you again soon.